Technically, tax planning and portfolio management are two different things. However, the truth is, they belong together like a horse and carriage, and they have to pull in the same direction. When that actually happens, there is a bit of proverbial magic. And when they do not align, it is a lame duck plan, and it won't fly. It is hampered by the fact there is a deferred tax burden, and it keeps compounding and growing. It's an ugly duckling, and it won't become a beautiful swan. Unless the swan is black, but that's a different story altogether. Let's take Mr. Ken Foxford, for example. Let's put this fictional financial character into realistic scenarios of retiring in Canada and see what happens. Ready? Get set. Go. Our character here is 61. Ken is retired and currently receiving $9,600 a year in CPP. He also has $125,000 in his tax-free savings account. Non-registered account has $500,000. And finally, there is another animal in the room, an elephant-sized RRSP of $1.1 million. Ken is officially a registered millionaire, yet his cash flow planning is very tricky. Let me demonstrate. RRSP is fully invested and earns a return of about $5,500 a month. Ken would like that number to keep increasing to compensate for stubbornly high inflation. Adjusting for inflation is a diligent thing to do, as plus-sized registered plans normally take a couple of decades to decumulate. Knowing that, Ken is concerned about the high amount of total taxes that have to be paid, withdrawing money from the plan until its wind-up. So he decides to put together an RSP meltdown strategy. The idea is to reduce tax liability so that more money could go to himself, his wife, kids, and eventually grandkids. Ken invests primarily in dividend stocks, ETFs, and low-cost income funds and structured notes, and expects to earn 6% per year in income stream from stable monthly distributions. The goal is to add 2% growth and have a total return of 8% per year. Looking at Foxford's overall financial picture, it becomes obvious that the registered funds unlocking strategy we want should create taxable income of $90,000 per year. We factor in CPP income, which is $9,600 per year, then the dividend income from non-registered accounts, and then draw the difference from RRSP. Why stay under $90,000? Well, once you begin receiving the old age security, there is a clawback threshold. Once you cross it, you lose 15 cents for every extra dollar of income. And that is a 15% tax on a government benefit everyone wants to avoid. As we can see, Ken is in no real danger of running out of money in retirement. His accounts actually keep growing over time. A rational choice here would be to get more proactive and take control here. The problem is, most people are being predictably irrational and do things by default. So how do you tweak this scenario and put a more opportunistic strategy in place? How can we be more efficient here? We have grossed up dividend income coming from non-registered portfolio here. Instead of targeting high dividends in non-registered accounts, investors should pick investments with lower or no dividends, but still have the same expected total return and cash flow. Let's say that we create a portfolio that has a 2% dividend and delivers 6% in capital gains or return of capital. We still have that same 8% total return, but now we created additional space for unlocking registered money every year. $500,000 Ken has in his non-registered account, with 2% yield adds only $10,000 to taxable income. Now you can withdraw about $70,000 per year from the registered plan. Compared to the high dividend yield scenario, there is much less money waiting to be cut in half trapped inside the plan. Let's look at the numbers. In the first scenario, we look at net estate of $3.57 million. In the second scenario, where we just made a slight adjustment, we are looking at Foxford household net worth of $3.73 million. Keeping that extra $160,000 took a simple adjustment. You don't need to overhaul the entire portfolio. Instead, you just move your dividend aristocrats to different accounts. In our case, it is either RRSP or TFSA. There are a few differences and considerations here, like withholding taxes, but we shall ignore these, at least for now. The idea here is to keep taxable income as low as legally possible and optimize cash flowing from registered accounts. Take control. Legal tax minimization methods are well known, you just have to apply them. Let's illustrate how it helps to pay bills, cut taxes as you go, and let your family keep way more money at the plan's end. In a nutshell, always make sure that your investment strategy is in line with your withdrawal strategy. For more details, visit gameofyield.com Subscribe to our YouTube channel and download Game of Yield Android or Apple app. We have a self-liquidating giveaway offer. The first 1,000 registered app users will get the Discount and Yield Top 50 Income Index free for a year. The list is dispatched and delivered once a week. All subscribers also get access to Club Dividend Detective Canada LinkedIn group videos as part of the bonus.